haven't made one of these videos in a while. I used to like coming on talking about comics, but I haven't been doing it lately because I haven't bought a lot of comics lately. Actually, I haven't been to my comic shop in, I thought it was a couple weeks. Turned out like to be a couple months when I picked up my books. But here's all the stuff I picked up recently at my comic shop and at comic shows and elsewhere. First off, I backed my friend Roland Mann's Kickstarter. So I got this Cat Mouse #1 to check out. I got it like maybe a month or so ago, and I haven't had a chance to check it out. The art looks great. Looks like it's going to be a fun book. Roland used to work with Malibu. I think this whole team used to work with Malibu back in the 90s. So this is kind of a Malibu reunion book. And I think Cat Mouse was a Malibu book at the time. I don't remember. But moving on, I got so many books to talk about. Also got Guano Guy from my friend Mark. He had a Kickstarter. This is a thick book. There's a lot going on in this book. A couple different artists. This page looks great. Can't wait to dig in this. These are 2 Kickstarters I backed. I got to check out. Also, I was recently at Jekyll Island Comic Con, and I picked up this little beauty, Man Shark Man. It's from my friend Jason Sobol, but unfortunately I don't think he put his name in the book. It's a little sampler book. I checked it out at the con. I'm going to check it out again because, you know, you're at a con, you just can't quite keep track of everything. So this looks interesting, Man Shark Man. Also, I did some dollar bin diving while at the con. Again, it was Jekyll Island Comic Con up in Jekyll Island, Georgia. I picked up some classic illustrated books. I used to get the old classic illustrated. I remember them doing these kind of trade paperback prestige format books, but I picked up what I get. I get Hamlet, Rip Van Winkle, and Wuthering Heights. I also, from the dollar bins, picked up Forceworks #4 because the guy that did this cover was there. Moving on, though, I also picked up this techno book of Gene Roddenberry's, or techno comic of Gene Roddenberry's Lost Universe. I remember they used to have a store down in the Sawgrass Mills Mall. I never read a single one of their books. So I figured, what the hey, the art's not looking to be the greatest, but I guess it was 90s comics, and this is what you got. Also, I have this book, but I picked it up again anyways because it's just so cool. Frank Miller's Ronin. If you haven't checked this book out, the art's crazy awesome. It's definitely worth checking out. Also picked up Starriars. What is this, issue 4? I don't know. I just grabbed it because I love this Sienkiewicz cover. I remember these toys in the 80s, and I think I had this comic series back then. Probably still have it in my book, in my back issue bins. Yeah, I picked it up. I like the cover. Also picked up probably one of my favorite issues of Superman. If you haven't read Superman 64 from the 90s, this is a great book. It's set at Christmas time, and the art's okay. It's set at Christmas time, but it involves Superman trying to answer letters that are sent to him all year. And there's a great story about this kid that wants Superman to save his father because his father's dying of cancer, but he can't do it because he just can't save. Superman can't fight cancer. And it's this great, emotionally impactful story. Definitely worth checking out. You can probably find this, I found it in the dollar bin. You probably can too. Superman 64. It's a great book. Probably my favorite Superman comic of all time, outside of Crisis #7. Also picked up these couple Who's Who's just for fun things to thumb through while you're at a Comic Con. Picked up DC Comics Who's Who. Just kind of Heidi hadn't seen these before, so I figured I'd show her what a Who's Who looks like. And of course, I picked up this awesome Star Trek Who's Who because who doesn't love some Star Trek stuff? So that's all the old stuff I picked up. Now, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been to my comic shop. Man, so this is going to be a lot of books that I just picked up, but I'll go through them real quick. I got Action Comics number 1005. I think I checked out this book at 1003, but maybe I'll get back to checking it out. I don't know. This cover's not very captivating. One thing that gets me about this, so this is Action Comics number 1005. This comes to comic stores all over the country, but yet they're promoting Aquaman on the cover to let all the comic book fans know that Aquaman's going to be in the movies. Now, if you ask me, all the comic fans already know Aquaman's going to be in the movies. I think they would be better suited spending their money letting the Aquaman fans, people that go see the movie, know that these comic books exist. Because there's really a disconnect between the box office take on these movies and the sales of comics. So the promotion of movies on comics is less effective as I think it would be promoting the comics on the movies. Get off my soapbox. Okay, I picked up this, what is this? Auntie Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits. I think this was a Heidi's decision. She wanted to check this out. But it's Keith Giffen, so it can't be that bad. I got issue 1 and issue 2. Finally got Battlestar Galactica issue 1. Can't wait to dig into this. But I also got Battlestar Galactica issue 2. That's how far behind I am. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like one of the Cylons from the rebooted TV series and not the original. So I think John Jackson Miller's doing these books. Can't wait to dig in. He's a great writer. He knows his stuff. Can't wait to read some Battlestar Galactica. Got Catwoman issue 5 and issue 6, both for Heidi. This is the book she's reading. I have not checked it out. It's Jolie Jones. As far as I understand, she's knocking it out of the park with this series. Also got Cold Spots issue 4 and issue 5. I haven't read issue 1, 2, or 3 yet. Good Lord, I got to catch up on some of my reading. Then I also got this Doctor Who number, the 13th Doctor, issue 1. It's by Jodie Hauser. I think she's a great writer. However, if she's writing in the style of the new TV show, I don't think I'm going to be sticking with this book. The show is not... It's not that good. I'm not going to lie. The new season of Doctor Who has been relatively bad. No, nothing to do with the actress playing the Doctor. They're just horrible stories. Whoever's writing the show now is doing a horrible job. But maybe Jodie Hauser with issue 1 and issue 2 of Doctor Who can, make the stories better than what we're seeing on TV. So I also got my favorite comic series of all time, Fantastic Four issue 3, Fantastic Four issue 4, and though this is issue 5, the wedding issue, which is also the 650th issue if you're counting from back when the series first launched. This has the Stan Lee tribute in it. I think all the comic books, all the major Marvel books are going to have a Stan Lee tribute in it. Oh, look at that! How sweet that is. Oh, there's Stan. I'll dig into this later. Also picked up the wedding special. What? There's nothing else here? No, that's not true. There's a whole other stack of comics. Told you I was far behind. Also picked up Firefly. This is the new Firefly from Boom Studios. That cover sucks. Anyways, this is a good cover. The issue 1 and 2. Looking forward to digging into this. Love the TV series Firefly. Of course, the movie Serenity. Hoping that this comic book is just as good. Issue 1 and 2 of that. Wow, I got this one. This is the weirdest looking comic book I think I've ever bought. GoBots. I love Transformers. I'm a big Transformers fan. GoBots were kind of the Bobo Transformers of the day. So I figured, since I think IDW is losing the Hasbro license or something's going on where they're not going to be publishing Transformers anymore, I thought I'd check out GoBots. I got issue 1 and 2 of GoBots. This is going to move to the top of my to-read stacks. I really want to see what's going on with this series. But always in the top of my to-read stack is Hawkman. I got Hawkman issue, what is this? Issue 6 and 7. Man, I am so far behind on my comic reading. I have so much to read. But Hawkman is by far, in my opinion, the best book DC Comics is putting out right now. It's by far the best superhero book I've read in years. And speaking of the best superhero book, this is quite possibly the worst superhero book I've read in years. If you want to feel really depressed and have thoughts of suicide, definitely check out Heroes in Crisis. I read the first 2 issues. Gonna see what's going on in the 3rd issue here. It looks as fun as all the others. All right, so moving on. I'm still picking up Marvel 2 and 1. I don't think I've read an issue since issue 3, but I don't know, I'm a creature of habit, as most comic book collectors are. So, The Human Torch, Invisible Woman together, Marvel 2 and 1, issue 12. One of the book's surprisingly fun books, Mystery Science Theater 3000, the comic. I've really enjoyed reading this series. The first 2 issues, the first issue was fabulous. The second issue was pretty good. Hoping the 3rd issue is great as well. Can't wait to dig into Mystery Science Theater. I got Nightmare for Christmas, Zero's Journey. Don't know much about that. Haven't read a single issue. Gonna get around to reading it one of these days. Probably my favorite Image book right now is Outpost Zero. Oh, there's a little smudgy on the cover there. Anyways, Outpost Zero. It's about a bunch of kids on this space state or this space outpost. There's this dome on this planet, and it's really a good story. I can see this definitely becoming a movie. Somebody should pick this up and make a movie about it. Definitely better than the Hunger Games, in my opinion. And who's writing this book? Let's see. Sean McKeever's writing this book. I definitely think he has a great grasp of the characters. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't checked out Outpost Zero. This one's issue 5. I think you'll probably find the first 4 issues at your comic shop, or maybe a trade coming out soon. Also, picking up this one for Heidi, Robots vs. Princesses. I haven't read an issue. Can't wait to see what this book's all about. Heidi says good things about it. The art looks great. I'm going to try to dig in one of these days. This is from Dynamite, but I got so much to read. We got Snotgirl. Enough said about Snotgirl. I'm also getting the solo adaptation. I liked the books that Marvel has done set around this time period, so I figured I'd stick with it and get the solo adaptation. The first issue was all right. This is issues 2 and 3. Also, surprisingly good book from Boom Studios, Sparrowhawk. If you haven't checked out Sparrowhawk, definitely worth checking out. I got issue 2 and 3. I read issue 1. Cannot wait to dig back into this. Now for the series I am not reading. I don't know why I keep buying it. I got Star Wars. What is this? Issue 56 and issue 57. My God, I'm buying a lot of comics. Oh, and here's issue 58. Gosh, how far behind where have I gotten? Anyway, so issues 56, 57, 58 of the Star Wars comic. Eventually, I'm going to get around to reading these. I swear, I promise. I just don't know when because I don't have the time. Also, I picked up these Age of Republic books, Darth Maul, and How Can You Resist, a Qui-Gon Jinn comic. I used to read the Young Jedi novels with my son. It was the early adventures of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. I would love to see that in a comic book format. I think that those were great stories, and I think there's a lot of storytelling potential with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. So Marvel, if you're listening, I will write a Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan story for you for free. So give me a call, shoot me an email, let me know if you want Marvel. I'll go ahead and I'll write the book for free. I'll give you a 6-issue Qui-Gon Obi-Wan miniseries. Ooh, I'm letting run out of breath here. I got so many comics. Also got Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet. Again, I like the book set around the time of the Solo movie. Actually better than the Solo movie. So I'm definitely going to check this out. Also, I'm getting the Stranger Things comics. Again, it's by Jody Hauser. Wasn't overwhelmed with issue 1 and 2, but her writing's great. It's just there's not a lot of storytelling potential in kind of the backstory of the Stranger Things show. I got issue 3. That's the regular cover, and I also got the photo cover because I'm stupid. Almost to the end here. I also got Superman issue 5 and issue 6, though I have probably no intent of ever reading them. I did not like the story they're telling, and I'm probably going to be dropping all of the Brian Michael Bendis Superman books that I currently get. So that's what I picked up from my local comic shop. That's a lot of books from my comic shop because I don't do what I did. Don't leave your comic shop hanging because that was quite a bit of money I had to spend to pick up all these books. So yeah, so anyways, that's what I picked up my comic shop. I'm also going to be checking out this. I dug this out of my back issue bins after I saw Aquaman. This is Aquaman at the movies. This is the first issue of a 1986 miniseries. I'm going to be checking this out, seeing what this is all about. I heard good things about it back in the day. I never actually read it back when it came out. But anyway, so that's what I picked up my comic shop. Let's flip through it real quick. Aquaman, Superman, Stranger Things, Han Solo Imperial Cadet, Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, Star Wars, Sparrowhawk. Definitely recommend Sparrowhawk. Can't say enough. Solo, a Star Wars story. Snotgirl, Robots vs. Princesses, Outpost Zero, Nightmare Before Christmas, Zero's Journey, Mystery Science Theater 3000, Marvel 2-in-1, Heroes in Crisis, Hawkman and Hawkman, best book DC's putting out. GoBots, not sure why I got it, but I can't wait to read it. Firefly, horrible cover, good cover. Fantastic Four Wedding Special, Fantastic Four. I gotta go to my comic shop more often. Doctor Who, Cold Spots, Catwoman, Battlestar Galactica. What was this thing called again? Auntie, Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits, and Action Comics. That's what I picked up at my comic shop. Also, can't wait to dig into these 2 Kickstarters from, I got Cat and Mouse from my friend Roland Mann and Guano Guy. Gonna be checking those out real soon. Also, I promised my friend John that I would read his new book, Tommy, the new volume of Tommy, issue 1. I'm gonna be digging into that soon. I didn't have it here for the video. I would have included it, but I got a lot to read. And hey, guess I'll be reading a lot of comics on break, waiting for the new year to start. Speaking of the new year, check out cosmictimes.net. There's lots of information there about we got things coming up. We're working on a Kickstarter right now. We got something coming up with the South Florida Fair. All kinds of great stuff coming up in 2019. Make sure you check out cosmictimes.net. And of course, follow us on all the social medias. All right, guys, until next time, stay cosmic. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below. Make sure you check out the other videos we have on our channel, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and make sure you bang that bell icon so you're notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks.